Alrighty, so in this video, it's going to be a pretty simple video, and I just want to talk about getting outside and in nature, exercising, pretty much not being confined to the desk all day like I usually am, since I'm a software engineer. Recently, I've been getting myself to take walks more often, with the idea that I should be taking breaks every hour, going outside the house. And initially it was because I wanted to prevent burnout, and it's doing a pretty good job at preventing burnout. But then I just realized, in addition to preventing burnout, which is crucial, I feel like it actually increases the quality of life, because as an office worker, I'd be used to just staying indoors all day. And even though I can work from home, I've got a really nice desk, I've got all my monitors set up. I've got 2 or 3 monitors on the desk, plus my laptop. Got a very expensive chair. It's like $1,000 chair, $1,000 table, etc., etc. My room's got like a couple whiteboards in it, so it's a very nice place to work. But I feel like when you go outside, you realize what you're missing. And whilst I do recognize it's a privilege to make a good income, to work from home, to have a lot of flexibility, it's like, I feel like it's not making the most of the opportunity if we don't take breaks early and often to prevent burnout, but just to go outside, get fresh air, get exercise, automatic exercise, and just enjoy nature and be outdoors. So that's something I've been doing recently, and I would really recommend it. And if you're in software engineering and you're anything like myself, there's often mindsets, there's often like mental modes you can get into where you feel really rushed, or you feel like a deadline's very, very tight, and it's harder to get motivated to just like take a proper break. You might take a break, but maybe it's only 5 minutes in your room, or you take a break but you still sit there and you scroll your phone, or you go get a glass of water, etc., etc. But I would really recommend taking a proper break, which is going outside, walking around the block, committing to at least 10-15 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes or more. And the benefits I mentioned aside, which are preventing burnout, which increases productivity, enjoying life, which should be good enough of a benefit, it actually, I feel like when you detach yourself from the problem you're working on, and which can be done by taking a break, but also removing yourself from the context where you're pretty attached to the tools physically as well. So you're thinking in a certain way and you're approaching a problem in a certain way. When you detach yourself from it and you let your mind wander, you let your mind meander without trying to solve the problem, oftentimes you come back with a fresh perspective or something new to try, which often is more successful. Or you don't get so attached to the previous approaches or methods that you're more willing to try something else. Whereas before, maybe logically you knew it was a dead end, but or at least since I was frustrated, or I just wanted something to be over and done with and I was rushing, which means you're not going to be making good decisions. You're not working very effectively, right? And what someone told me, another software engineer, when I first started, was he made a good point where he said, by the time that you need a break, or by the time you feel like you need a break, maybe it's too long, and you won't have that good of a judgment to actually take the break because you're too tired and you're not going to be making the best decisions for yourself. So I feel like taking breaks early helps counteract that. But yeah, so there's so many benefits to getting outdoors especially, I mean, right now I'm working remotely, and so I'm sort of in the country at the moment, traveling with my mum. So, so it's very nice. But yeah, normally I'm still get outside, walk around the neighborhood. I find like it's still very effective. Oh shit, there's a lot of dust. Bloody hell. Oh, this guy just screwed me over. Man. Anyway. The view makes it all worth it. It definitely does not look as good on my camera than it does in real life. This is like Windows XP level stuff. When back in the day you had that wallpaper with the grass and the hills. That's what I feel driving out of here every day. When I get on the highway. So yeah, like any office workers, anybody who sits down at a desk, who's usually indoors all day, if you have the opportunity to, even if you're at the office, I went to the office the other week and I was already in the habit, so when I worked for an hour, I just got up and went for a walk. So any knowledge workers, office workers, I'd really recommend giving it a go. Make the decision. Though it's hard to be disciplined to, because sometimes we get too attached to our work. Sometimes it's because someone's hassling us or we're having external pressure, but I realized in the past, sometimes it's internal pressure and we actually find it difficult to stand up and get away from the work. And it's not really anyone else's responsibility besides ourselves. Oh, cow. It's just so cool. Hello. Yeah, wow. Oh, wow. Quite peaceful. So yeah, like take the initiative, take breaks, whether you're at the office or you're at home, make space to take breaks. One compromise is sometimes when you have meetings where when you have, oh wow, these cows are so beautiful. Oh wow. Yeah, so yeah, take the opportunity, whether you're working from home, whether you're working from the office, and if you have it's so good out here. Keep getting distracted by the view. Yeah, and if you have meetings as a compromise, if you would normally take them at your desk in home, where there's not much natural sunlight, try to take them outside. Recently too, I've also been standing up while working on my balconies just to get the fresh air and the sunlight. But yeah, keep getting distracted. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, if you don't have to contribute to that meeting that much, but it's still important that you go, then I would recommend try to take that meeting from a phone, do it from a cafe, go for a walk while you do it, and just join the meeting from your phone. Not that it's a substitute for taking the walks and getting the proper exercise, but I feel like it does sort of free you a bit from the idea that we need to be chained to our desks indoor all the time, especially seated, and work for long hours of a stretch, because ultimately you just get burnt out. You get burnt out and then it's a lose-lose-lose for all parties. So anyway, that's my little rant for the day. So I'll catch everybody on the flip side.